Okay, welcome everyone, and thanks for taking the time to join us today for the latest Markham webinar. It's your turn to add life to concrete, and in this event we will be introducing our new CONQOR SUPPLY approach. I'm Amanda. I've been with Markham for 2 years now, and I'm involved in ordering and logistics, which is the core of CONQOR SUPPLY. With us also today is Hayden, who's been with Markham for 9 years. You may have met him already on site or one of these webinars. He's our sales and marketing manager.
Cheers, Amanda. Good to see everyone. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, as Amanda said, I've been with Markham for 9 years and came out of the construction industry. So looking forward to running through this. A lot of you know Markham, and this is a new area we're jumping into. So appreciate it. Let's do it.
Cool. Thanks, Hayden. All right. So today's learning outcomes are adding life to concrete. What does that even mean? Supply lines and reliability. Talking about your day-to-day challenges. What is CONQOR SUPPLY? And we'll also touch on project packages. We'd be glad for your comments around that aspect. So something we like to do to start off is by asking, can you tell us about your job role? Put your job title in the comments, and this will help us frame the presentation as we go forward.
Nice. There should be a chat function there, guys. You can quickly pop in your roles in brief. Project manager. Very good. Thanks for those still joining. Welcome. Looks like we've mostly got a spread from the construction, either working on projects or right side projects. So well done. Good. Right. It's good to know that just so we can talk about the right things. Thanks. So as we go, feel free to use the Q&A function as well, because no doubt you have questions. Pass through your mind, just bang them in there and we'll answer them at the end of a brief Q&A. So won't be too long. We'll keep this rolling and give you a good insight. Let's kick off with what is adding life to concrete. You may have heard some of us talk about this before. So Markham's been involved across New Zealand and Australia since 1996, and our sole purpose is to add life to concrete, extend service life of concrete, get the most out of concrete. So, and we do that by by nanoparticle hydrogels that work inside the concrete to protect it internally. So I've just this image here that you can see in front of your screen. So as we know, when you pour concrete or you got new concrete, so much water, bleed water, comes back out of the concrete and leaves porosity in the concrete that effectively provides a transport system for contaminants, moisture, salts, you know, all these sort of things, sugar, whatever it is, that get into the concrete and they cause corrosion. So Markham's been involved in protecting against that. And how we do it is fill up those porosities where those red areas are showing with hydrogel and to get the better result to add life to concrete. So in doing that, we can seal, harden, densify, anti-dust, you know, that type of environment. We can waterproof structures by admixture or spray on, doing it like that. Add durability, add surface hardening, add abrasion resistance, things like that, and remediation. So many people do repairs, but forget to protect them, and so you have an ongoing repair maintenance. So that's just a little bit about adding life to concrete. That's what we need to do effectively. Anyone in the industry would be similar. If you can stop moisture migrating through concrete, you're going a long way to get more out of your concrete. So with that, more on your side now, what are some of the pain points out there with getting the right products to help you with concrete construction? And so much comes down to, we believe, and what we hear from what everyone's been telling us is consistency. Consistency around quality, consistency around something that you can rely on every single time. So, you know, you've got your projects, you want the same result. What worked last time should work this time, and you want to budget on that and work on that. Efficiency, deadlines are so tight nowadays. Everyone's pushing to get things done, and to be efficient and effective is a real challenge out there to make sure programs met. And communication is a tough one. Sometimes there's back and forwards, emails, phone calls, RFIs, engineers, architects, builders, everyone involved, and communication sometimes breaks down and we lose the point of what actually is needed for the project. And then just a simple process where you can get product, know what you're getting, and get it delivered to sites. Some of the main pain points we're trying to overcome with this CONQOR Supply. So let's have a quick look at what it is. So yeah, just screening through the list. A lot of you do know Markham and have worked on projects, which is great. And thanks for jumping on this one, where we have supplied and installed a range of what we do via our tech systems or treatments for concrete, and that's still very much available. And that's been going for since 1996. And this CONQOR Supply is built off that system, built off that technology, built off what we know what works where. But now it's giving you access to a range of products that you can apply or get your sub-trades to apply and have that same level of performance. So we're really honing in on seamless ordering, making it easy. Obviously, you know a lot of our contacts already, a lot of our team, and so using the same team to trust and partner with, and ask for advice, and then focusing in on minimal disruption so we can get the right product for the right place and get it to you, and direct to the point communication. But let's just say at this point, we are risk adverse as well. We won't be just pushing out product just for the sake of pushing out product. We are probably saying, no, that doesn't go there, just as much as, yes, this is a good example, good solution for that project. So we'll be direct and to the point communication with CONQOR Supply. So still very much Markham, but taken away from the supply and install route to supply, and with backing that you can rely on. So what does that look like for products, Amanda? Did I jump into that?
Yeah, absolutely. So broadly speaking, the CONQOR Supply range is divided into three main categories. First up, we've got the concrete curing, which, as we know, is a lot more important than many people realise. So this includes our curing blankets and our spray applied products. Next up, we've got the waterproofing section, which is always a hot topic in the construction industry. So this includes our admix, our CONQOR gaskets, and again, our spray applied products. And then lastly, the third category is our protection, finish, and durability. So this includes our sealing, hardening, anti-dusting, and related products.
That's good. And probably should just touch on there, a lot of these products do go across new and existing structures. So if you're looking after a new build, or you've got remedial works, so it's a good way of getting what you need done.
Sure. Cool. So CONQOR Supply, who will it be ideal for? So there's key industry players, include concrete places, so they'll get the reliable curing. Waterproofing contractors, this gives you the opportunity to take on Markham's holistic approach. Fit out and finishing, so this includes your painters, even landscape contractors for block work and the likes. Remedial contractors, again, it's a focus area Markham has worked in for many years. And we're also looking at resellers, so we're keen to talk to stockists in the industry, so including any of your existing suppliers. If there's anyone in particular where you'd like to see our CONQOR range, let us know.
Yeah, it's a good point, because a lot of, as we hear from the market, a lot of have their, stores or accounts that they want to buy through, and we're more than happy to supply through those channels. You may also have someone that's looking after curing for you, so to speak, but you want them to use a specific product. More than happy to work through those sort of things. So yeah, good points. As we go, team, everybody, feel free to do question and answers. So just more get to that in a minute. So we are a little bit unique as far as we're still very much a project-based business. So we'd still like to consult and discuss a project rather than just a product. So obviously a lot of you would know that from past experience with our supply and install, and we're taking the same learnings from that same model, same tools, very similar processes, and providing you with that access. So you can come to us with plans or concepts or discussions, photos, etc., and discuss what's needed. What are we trying to achieve there? Are we trying to waterproof the structure? Are we trying to just anti-dust and seal, densify? Our team will be able to do a takeoff for you, do a proposal on how much product you need, and some recommendations around the process, etc. Along with that, being able to supply dummy or template QA documentation that's very similar to what we use ourselves, that you can use and document for that project, and some of the key areas that you need to just note down as you go, just to make sure you've got that backing behind you to pass on to the client. So all that access to that sort of paperwork and technical advice and proposal is all there. So get the proposal done, need X amount of product, this amount of square meters. We also can provide training on applications, things like that, and then purchase that as a project lot and take it into what you're needing to do. So hopefully that makes sense. Maybe questions around that, but before we jump to questions, let's have a look at the process of ordering Go for Gold.
Yeah, absolutely. So our CONQOR Supply stock is currently kept in our Napier, New Zealand headquarters, as well as our head office in New South Wales, Australia. We will look to expand this moving along. Definitely we'll get some stock across to WA in the coming months. So we like to keep things as simple as possible when ordering. This can either be done through email or phone. We work on a minimum ordering quantity, which again is different for each product. So more details on this can be found on our product list information. So we have an incredible dispatch team in both New Zealand and Australia who process the orders within 1 working day of receiving it. Also, keep an eye out for a CONQOR Supply website. So that's due to launch by end of year.
Yeah, that's right. So you'll be able to order direct from site, direct from your phone or desk, and your account we set up, and just being able to repeat order or whatever it is, or submit questions and look for advice, etc. So yeah, that'll be a good next step as well to hopefully make it easier. But real keen on feedback on that. What looks good and what do you need from a market point of view as well, just so we build it right, build it with your input. So as we say, it's your turn to add life to concrete. We've been adding concrete a long time now and very passionate about it, getting the most out of it. But also your turn for any questions. If there's anything right now, we'll take a few questions and just answer them live, and then we can, if you got anything there, just use that Q&A function. Yep, good. Yes, good point. We will, what I'll do is I'll show, sorry, it's just a question saying, do you have a list of products? Absolutely. What we best do, I'll show you an email address at the end of this slide, and we'll give you a, if you flick through a note, we'll respond with a product list and some base pricing, tech sheets, etc. Yep, good point. Sorry, the QA is just trying to refresh, but I think I saw the question right. I said, is a product suitable for warehouse floors or burnished floors? We do have a range for that. Yep. You may, there's 2 ways. We do one for just as curing, so it goes on a burnished slab as for curing, and that's like a penetrating sealed hardener, which is your final finish. And then we also have what we call CONQOR Seal, which goes down on a existing floor to seal or anti-dust and harden. And then we also have one, I think there's a photo of it earlier, CONQOR Protect, and that seals, hardens, densifies, but also provides element of moisture proofing or stopping moisture migration through the slab as well. So yeah, absolutely, do a lot of that burnish floor market. Yep. So Brendan, if you're still there, my Q&A is just going round and round circles, but you're able to read them out on your end?
Robert's question actually related to fibre, correct? Did you touch on that point, Hayden?
Fibre?
Yeah.
Can I read out the question again, sorry?
The product is a product suitable in burnished factory floors using fibrecrete.
Okay, yes, we have done those projects. Yep, absolutely. Similar to what I've just said earlier, but yep, we've got a track record of that. Yep.
And a question from James: what is the cost compared to your old range?
Yeah, well, it's interesting because our old range, so to speak, used to always come as a supply and installation, and we sold it as a square metre, you know, as installed and with QA, warranty, etc. So being a product only with documentation available, things like that, it does have the ability of pulling the price back a lot for the market for a very similar Actem product. So happy to discuss that in detail on specific products, etc. Yeah.
Yep, and Danny's got a very similar question. What sort of dollars per square metre or per cubic metre to be added to concrete of your product for budget purposes?
Yeah, 100%. Might be easier if you actually don't want to pull up that last slide with the email addresses on it, Brendan, and might be easier if you flick a note through and just put a little bit specific on what you're trying to achieve. There we go. Keep in touch there, either orders at or Amanda or myself's email address. But yeah, more than happy to answer those questions around pricing. They're generally a little bit more specific because different products, different outcomes that are trying to be achieved. So like I said earlier, we'll try and put the best one forward and the most cost effective rather than just pushing the product. So
James says, what are the best surfaces to use these products on?
It's a good question. There's a lot of, well, pretty much any surface, new, existing, even a structure where, you know, we've done it where car parks weren't cured or sealed or anything, and they were dusting, you know, where they scrub it clean and use these products and seal that type of environment. Podium levels where you want to stop moisture migration through concrete, that type of environment. Data center walls where ability to seal, things like that. So pretty much any surface, but we do always need bare access to concrete, as in doing a job in Queensland at the moment and having to remove all the form oil and the curing compound before being able to penetrate.
That may lead on to James' next question here. Will they cause compatibility issues with other products?
It's a good point. Well, we do have a range of different, it's a little bit hard to answer that in one, but our general colloidal silica-based products don't. No, there's no issues. So with adhesives or whatever's coming next, paint, epoxies, flooring, that type of environment now. Yeah, no, good questions. Thanks. Brilliant. No, thanks for that. Well, no doubt there'll be more, but yeah, feel free to fire through a note on email. Do you want me to wrap this up, Amanda, or have you got a couple of key takeaways you want to?
Feel free to wrap it up. I think my nerves have just settled.
I think we should give kudos to Amanda. It's the first time she's jumped on one of these, so well done. Key takeaways. Just to remind ourselves what we talked about. We talked about the consistent quality of hydrogel treatments being able to extend the service life of concrete. So why that is stop moisture migration, stop that getting into concrete. You're adding life to concrete, service life. We talked about the CONQOR Supply offering hydrogel-based treatments on supply only now. So those of you that are very familiar with Markham and our ability to take product itself alongside what we do. We spoke about they're not all spray applied products. We do have like water stops, gaskets, hydrophilics, sealants, and curing blankets, thermal curing, those sort of things. So it's not all just, and we're aiming to be a sort of one-stop concrete to help the concrete industry supply. So, and CONQOR Supply gives you that service, that efficiency, that effectiveness that you can rely on, and that communication we spoke about. And just a reminder also, we still very much have our tech systems, because we do understand, and the market tells us that we still need a system where there's full performance solutions, say waterproofing, what we call our top tech, over podium levels, over car parks, those sort of things that are really backed with performance warranties. We still very much have that service available, where the end-to-end, where we specify and install and give you the full warranty. So that's always there. Trust that makes sense. Thank you very, very much for jumping on. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to learn about this new CONQOR Supply, and go for gold, add life to your own concrete. Thanks all.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Markham, adding life to concrete.